Hey, it's BrickTsar, and we're going to do a Lego eBay haul. We're going to look at this one box here that I purchased on eBay. It's a random lot of vintage stuff, and much like the affordable health care here in the United States, you got to buy it so you can see what's in it. So that's what we've done. We're going to find out what is in this box. And sometimes when I buy stuff on eBay, I'm looking to resell it. It may be the case here, though not going to do as well on a lot like this. Like I wouldn't double my money probably, but we will see. I'm going to get some stuff for my collection out of this, I believe. Let's open this up. Here's my invoice. Alright, the box is stuffed full. And it looks like they've sorted by color and type instead of type. There's the white pieces. They look kind of, some of them look kind of yellowed, or very yellow. These are used, probably going to need to be cleaned. A lot of times stuff that looks bad, once you clean it, it looks alright, except for if it's yellowed, usually that won't come off. That's the box, that's the bag of white. Here's the blue bag. Here's the old gray. Hey look, it shows you how old some of this stuff is. It's got this part, pat pending, the old pre-Technic axles. Oh look, see if it's just broken. These train bases or motor bases are almost always broken, but this one's not. And there's two different types of these bases. One has a smaller opening. I think this is the larger opening here, so it's in good condition. So when you see this, there's either a set with a motor or possibly a train set, a vintage train set. Alright, that's the light gray. Here is yellow. Not very many yellows. And with it being a vintage set, you're going to have more reds and whites probably than these other colors. Oh goodness, here's a red bag. Red's huge. Here's the bag of red. There's some old Technic pieces in there. I say Technic, it's before Technic, so it's not technically called Technic. Alright, here's some windows. Get those out. Now those little yellow 1x1 windows, those are usually expensive, for such a small item. So that's good. These are also on the front of some old train sets. I use them for like the lights. The red windows are more common. These are all vintage windows. There's the windows I'll put over there. We got wheels. Oh, cool. I like getting these wheels like this, these spoke wheels. These are the large spoke wheels, and the rubber is in good condition. The trick to these, getting them to go on smoothly, usually when people put them on, one side sticks up higher than the other, like here. You see that tire's not on there evenly. And they made these tires out of two different types of material. One feels soft and spongy, and the other is it's still soft, but it's a little bit more of a firm. That sounds like an oxymoron, soft but firm. It's not as spongy. These are the regular type. So I'll work on those. Oh, that could be a space. Oh man, that's almost in mint condition. It's not discolored. It's excellent condition. These are usually from old space sets when they're like this, or city some city sets. So we got a good collection of vintage wheels there in good condition. We have, here's some base plates in light gray. It's common for these to be broken. Here, this one's actually cracked. They ended up started to put more supports under here eventually. This one's cracked. But when I buy big lots on eBay of vintage stuff and they have these plates, they're almost always broken. All right, these are bricks, technically, I guess. They're base plates, but they're bricks. All right, here's some various printed items. I see a large vehicle part. Look, antenna. These are old TV antennas and usually almost always got one spoke broken. That one's just bent. It's not broken. That's good. Look, a TV. This is a sticker over assembly. A sticker over assembly piece or soap. Let's see if there's anything else here. Train parts. These are the couplers for the trains. So that's good. And nothing else too much of interest there. Looks like there was a fire vehicle. Here's the door to the fire vehicle. Now there are no instructions in this lot, I don't think. Right, here's black. Black has become increasingly a more and more common piece, but not so much in these older sets. And here's one of the vehicle bases, and here's another thing. There's supposed to be a pin here. It's broken off. I would say majority of the time it's broken. Rarely ever find it on there. You don't really need it. It doesn't affect the building, although it does affect if you want the steering to lock in place when you're using it, because usually this piece here goes through, and those, what that pin did, you got these two little bumps there, and so when it'd go over that pin, and it would, when you turn it, it could lock into position, but it doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't. Unless you're wanting to have a complete set without any broken parts. All right, here's the wheel holders. We got white ones and black ones. We got your trans clear. Trans clear, I have discovered, will yellow even or discolor, even if it's in a brand new sealed box. So just with age, these get this yellowish, or they just fade out. They get discolored over time. It's very unusual to find an old one that's not discolored. I think the color holds better in the, or the clearness holds better in the new ones. Now here's some vintage gears and axles. You know, I just bought some of these, the milky white Technic type axles, and now I get some here. That looks like there's some non-Lego pieces in here. Yeah, I don't think that's a Lego piece. I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time I've come across stuff that I didn't think was Lego. And look, I said there was trains, and of course there are. Even the switch tracks. These are the blue rails from the 60s trains. That are the trains that began in the 60s. Now, I don't think they had the switch tracks till later. These are in excellent condition. A lot of times you'll find the switch tracks are broken. Don't see anything broken on it. So that's good. Got that. Here's a crossing. And what you did with these, all these tracks, is used the 2x8 plates to hold them together. This was 2x8 plate is your cross tie. And we got the train cars and the motor and the battery pack here. And the question is, which train was this? Eventually I will be able to figure it out. There's the motor pack. The wires are broken. I always get extra wires and parts because I'll need them. I always got the rubbers on them. The rubber tire rims. Rubbers. These are a little bit dry rotted. It's very common to find the these dry rotted or cracked or gone or missing. So there's a 4.5 volt motor. Red 4V, 4.5 volts. Yellow is 12 volt. Here's the train base. So you got the small train. Oh, I didn't notice this, but the battery pack is broken. This is where somebody didn't think, oh, I got to take the screw off. So they said, oh, this has got to come off. It's got to come off. And I've seen this a bunch of times when I buy lights. But the people forget that they got to unscrew it. So they think it snaps off and they pull it until they break it. Can't tell you how many times I've seen that. But it doesn't affect the functionality of it. And so there's a train that has a motor and 3 cars. Probably is train set number 116. I noticed they put the rubber rims on the car. You don't really need them on the car, so I can take these off and use them on something else. There's only 3. There's one. No, there's only 3 on there. All right, and the last thing is the people. Here is your vintage people. And look at this. This dude is relatively rare. That is the mustache face and the top hat are rare. The top hat is only in 1 set. The mustache is in 2. One is the wedding, and the other is like I think it's a salon or something, I can't remember. So I got to find out what set they had based on some of these people. More than likely it's the wedding set because it's the smaller of the 2 sets that have the mustache. Well, it's definitely the wedding set because it's got the top hat. Duh. It's got the top hat. That means somebody had the wedding set. And it basically was a set of people where you could build a whole bunch of different characters. And I did have that set. And this minifigure is the baby. So they had the family room. That's where the TV probably had the family room. They had the set with the TV and the wedding. But I think there were more minifigures in this, or maxi-figures, not minifigures. So that's what we got. And his face is gone on that little kid. His pigtails look like they're intact. So out of all this, what do you think is the most valuable parts? Probably the antenna, the top hat, the mustache face are the most valuable parts. Antenna not so much, I guess, but that is pretty cool getting that. Alright, so that's my haul. Let me slide all this stuff back over. Looks like red was the most common color, with white number 2 in this lot. See, there's the red, there's the white, and then the blues and yellows and blacks and clears. Not very many of those. So I got some vintage train parts, vintage maxi figure parts. I'll knock over the top hat, dude. I have reviewed the waiting set. It's one of my early reviews on BrickTsar. Might could stand redoing it. I don't know. Anyway, there is my haul from eBay. Thanks for watching. This is BrickTsar.